Prince Harry's time in the British Army was more than just a royal serving his country. It was a defining chapter in his life that shaped his character, gave him a sense of purpose, and allowed him to step outside the shadow of royalty. Unlike his privileged upbringing, the army was a place where titles didn't matter, only skill, dedication, and teamwork did. Joining the military wasn't just a duty for Harry, it was an escape. As a young royal, he struggled with his identity, constantly being labelled as the spare while his older brother, Prince William, was prepared for kingship. The intense media scrutiny and the pressure of royal expectations made it hard for him to find his place. But in the army he was just Harry. No cameras, no tabloid gossip, just a soldier training alongside his comrades. Harry trained at the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst, known for its rigorous and demanding programs. Unlike his royal lifestyle, where everything was done for him, military training pushed him to his physical and mental limits. He had to endure long marches, harsh weather conditions, and grueling exercises. But rather than complain, he thrived in this environment. For the first time, he was treated as an equal, not as a prince. After completing his training, he was deployed to Afghanistan in 2007 as a forward air controller. The deployment was kept secret to ensure his safety, and he served for 10 weeks before the media leaked his location, forcing him to return home. Despite the cut-short mission, Harry had finally found a purpose beyond his royal title. He saw firsthand the realities of war, the sacrifices of soldiers, and the true meaning of service. Determined to return, he trained as an Apache helicopter pilot and was redeployed to Afghanistan in 2012. This time he served on the front lines, flying missions in dangerous territories. Unlike his royal upbringing, where everything was controlled and structured, the battlefield was unpredictable. He was responsible for making life and death decisions, protecting his fellow soldiers, and carrying out critical missions. It was here that he realized the deep bond of brotherhood among soldiers, something he cherished. However, serving in war zones also exposed Harry to trauma. He lost friends, witnessed suffering, and experienced the brutal realities of war. His time in the army shaped his views on mental health, particularly for veterans. He understood that returning soldiers often carried invisible wounds, both physical and psychological. This realization led him to his greatest passion project, the Invictus Games. In 2014, Harry founded the Invictus Games, an international sporting event for wounded, injured, and sick servicemen and women. The competition celebrates resilience, strength, and the unbreakable spirit of veterans. Through the Games, Harry has helped countless soldiers find purpose and healing, showing the world that being wounded doesn't mean being defeated. Leaving the army was one of the hardest decisions Harry had to make. Military life was the one place where he felt free from royal constraints. But after serving for 10 years, he retired in 2015 to take on more royal duties. However, his heart remained with his fellow soldiers. Even after stepping back as a senior royal, he continued advocating for veterans, making their voices heard on global platforms. Harry's journey in the military is a story of transformation. He went from being a young prince, struggling with his identity, to a soldier who found purpose through service. His experiences in war zones shaped his understanding of duty, leadership, and sacrifice. But most importantly, they ignited his lifelong commitment to supporting veterans. Prince Harry's time in the army wasn't just about serving his country. It was about discovering who he truly was. His story is proof that true leadership isn't about titles or privilege. It's about standing shoulder to shoulder with others, understanding their struggles, and using your platform to create change.